Welcome back to Severna Builds. If you're new to the Xtool world or just opened Studio for the first time, this is the complete walkthrough to get you started. In my last video, we talked about the pain points. All those things that made the upgrade from Creative Space to Studio feel confusing. This time, we're starting fresh. We'll look at how Studio works from the ground up, connecting your machine, exploring the menus, using templates, and understanding the new features that make the software the core of everything Xtool. Whether you just unbox your laser or you're switching over for the first time, this guide will help you feel at home fast. And if you enjoy learning about lasers, builds, and software without all the noise, subscribe to the channel. It helps the channel grow and makes sure you don't miss the next tutorials I'm putting together. All right, let's get into it. So, okay, we got our home, right, which is our main landing area, as always. My space, template, bookmark. So you have to log in for the bookmarks. Same thing, you have to log in for the materials. Preferences, also log in. Support. All right, so you got to log in. You also have to log in for support, okay? Not a big deal, right? So, okay, Adam, you also have to log in for that. So why don't we just log in? Just to kind of make things a little easier. So in order for me to kind of make use of a lot of the stuff that comes here in Studio, I have to log in. Okay, I'm logged in. That wasn't too bad. If you don't have an account, the sign up process is very straightforward. Let me show you. I'm logged out. Sign up. You click on the sign up. You enter your email. You enter a password. You click on get code. You will receive a code via your email, the one that you used up here to register. You plug in that code. You click on the I agree to Xtool privacy and terms of use and click on sign up and you're in. You're going to get an email, welcome you to Adam, I think. And that's it. You will get a few coins that you can use in the AI space. There's a lot of that going on here. So we'll explore some of that here shortly. But let's just log in again. Alrighty, I'm logged in. I still have 200 free credits, right? Those coins that I called them. All right, let's see if everything is working a little better. All right. Okay, bookmarks. All right. Okay, so everything works now the way it's supposed to work. We're back at the home area, right? This is your landing area, always. First thing we're going to do is to check for updates. I just come here to the top, click on check for updates. Okay, good. We're on the latest version, thankfully. This is the landing area, very familiar to all of us, right? If you ever get lost, you can always click on that little home up in the top. If you have a lot of tabs open or you're too far into some of these menus, you can always see that home there, okay? Let's see here. You can start your new project. Good. View all the projects. All the recent projects will show up here. The trending now. These are all the templates that people have liked, that either have downloaded or liked here. It's very social media driven, as you can see. The recommended templates. And templates, what they are is projects that people have made themselves and they have shared with you, with me, the specifics. They give you the file, they give you the how-to, and some other items that specify the machine that this can be used for, the type of material, and so on and so forth. We'll take a look here shortly, okay? And you can see the person that did it. This was done by the same folks that run all this, Adam. Now you can see, you will see a lot of these little icons here with a $sign. That means that this have some sort of limited license, meaning you can either use it just a few times and then you start to pay, or you have to pay. So keep that in mind. There's some of them that are free. Trending now templates and the recommended templates, recommended based on what? I'm not 100% because I haven't entered any sort of preferences yet, but we'll see. And these are the recommended templates. Again, templates that people have made available and Xtool feels that they're right for me. So then we got my space. This is the cloud-based storage. So instead of saving things to your local machine, to your network, you're saving it to Xtool's cloud storage. You get 500 megabytes for free, it shows here, and you can create projects and save all your stuff here. I personally keep it local, but what this does, it gives you an opportunity to kind of safeguard your projects offsite, meaning on the cloud. So if something happens to your machine, you know they're going to be safe there, stored up in the cloud for you. Templates, again, all the good stuff that people have uploaded for you, for me to check out, to make. Some of the stuff are pretty cool. You can search, you can do all the stuff here. Very similar to what it was over in XCS. Bookmarks, right. If you have some templates that you like, add it to my bookmarks here, and it will show up here for your easy retrieval later on. Okay, and you can create your collections. I'm assuming you can create, there you go. You can create this custom collection. So these are folders where you can put all Christmas related stuff in your Christmas folder, boxes or decorations, whatever way you like to sort things out. Materials, so you can have your own collection of materials, your material library here. So this is a laser engraved Batman coin. So let me click on it. It shows up as a template in the explanation, the information provided, all the good comments, the type of license. That's very important to read. What you can do, what you can't do. I can bookmark it and it will show up in my bookmark. I can open it in XCS. And this was designed for the F1 Ultra. What happens if I click on the details? Of course, Atom, it takes me to their website, right? For me to shop for a new machine. That would be nice. And if I click here, view details, it also takes me back to the website, this time for me to buy their plywood. So it's very connected to their sales, very connected to the website, as expected. So you see, you get a lot of good information here, and then you can open it, download it if you want to make it yourself. I don't have an F1, therefore, you know, I probably shy away from that one. And let's see, right? Shop material. There you go. So it takes me to buy their products, their magnets, all sorts of good stuff. All right. So if I want to engrave some of the stuff, I like that guitar, frame guitar art with floral and music note decorations. For the S1, 40 watt, great. Black acrylic, super. So if I download, or rather if I open this, it's going to open up in XCS. Let me see. It's going to download it. And it's here. Engrave on black acrylic, power 55, speed 60. Oh, this is cool. They went the extra mile just to let you know. Again, we're going to back out, click on the home, right? And we can see all the pertinent information. I thought it was going to take me to shop for this black acrylic. Okay, shop material. So there it is. So we're shopping for black acrylic. Cool. They make it very easy for you to find the materials that you need. Preferences. So I'm in materials. I clicked on preferences. It changed the header. That was it. Let me get out and get back in. I'm all logged in. Preferences again. Alrighty, when in doubt, you gotta get out. So right, the recommended preferences. Tell us your preferences so we can understand you better and tailor recommendations for you. Your choices are private and only shape what you see. So materials, I guess the stuff that I like to work on, what I like to work on as far as occasions, for home decor, school, products. Okay, that's all cool. Oh, I like those maps. I like to try that. Okay, support is going to take me out to support. Indeed. And then Creator Center. This Atom, this Creator Center is something to really look into. I think I could probably make a video just on this topic because it's a good opportunity to showcase your project and also earn some money. If you become a premium creator, you know, you sign up, you go through the approval process, you can start earning some cash with your creations right away. You know, digital files, people buy them and you get paid. Something to look into. There's so many talented people out there. I think you guys would do great. All right, let's go back. And that was it. So let's start a project. So either we go here, new project, or we click the plus here at the top, new project. All right, so we're here on our untitled project. So one of the first things we got to do is connect our machine, right? I had already connected my S140 watt, but let's say I owned another machine. Let's say I owned, they don't have the F2 just yet. Let's say I own the P3. I'll come here, click add device. So it goes ahead and warns you, hey, listen, this device is completely different. So you got to be careful with the settings and the parameters that you're using. So I'm switching, right? So now I'm switching to my fictitious Xtool P3. And you see the bed change, all that. So I want to go back to my S1, which is what I own. Same deal. You got to be careful when you're switching. If you have multiple units, this is the place where you will switch back and forth. Like I showed you earlier, you can check for updates here in the top, or you can go to the settings as well, which is another thing I like to check. I'm working on millimeters, PSI for the pressure unit, English, barely, canvas, auto snapping. Yeah, I usually keep all this stuff default. Good. Version 1.1. I normally keep it vanilla. So we're good. Just wanted to double check. Again, if you want to do that yourself, you click on that little arrow, the settings, and off you go. Otherwise, you can go to the main menu here, and it's also there in the settings. Pretty cool stuff. So one of the first things I notice is the menus. Where are the menus? You know, it's one of the things that most of you guys were complaining about. You know, I walk in here, the menus are gone. But I understand they're not gone. They're just dynamic. So they will come on and off depending on what you're working on. So you come here to the text, you type your favorite YouTuber, and off you go, right? So now you see the menu shows up in the top because I'm working on text. So that kind of makes it, I guess, a little confusing for a lot of people, because if you click away, escape, right, the menu disappears. But as soon as I click back, that bad boy is back. So that's a bit of a cosmetic, space-saving approach, I guess. But the main point of this is that as I'm clicking on the text, you got the text menu showing up in the top. If I select a shape, circle, I hold down the shift just to kind of make sure that the ratio of the circle remains the same. Click on text, you got your text up in the top. You click on the circle, you're going to have circle or shape-specific menu showing up in the top. That's the deal with the menus. Whatever menu you're working on, or rather whatever object you're working on, you will have a specific menu for that. Text will give you the text menu where you can change text-specific items and fonts. And then, of course, if you're working on the circles, it will give you specifics for the circle. Maybe I should have picked another shape, a rectangle, and just like this. Right. So as you can see, the menu changes a little bit. Here, the menu shows the radius here in the corner of that particular rectangle. So if I go, say, 25, it rounds those corners. It looks like a pill now. If I go 10, it's a little nicer, more modern. If I go 0, it goes back to 0. No problem. So you see, even for the objects that are similar under the same menu, you get a different menu at top. Slightly different, but different. So in the main menu, we got the, to start a new file, to open a project, import images, close the actual project, save as, rename, export, publish to Atom. You see, shortcuts there to become a premium publisher right away, right? You got your edits, your undo, that Control Z that I keep using, Control C, Control V to copy paste, cut, delete, select all, bring to front, send back. Okay, so that's just to arrange things. Think of it like layers, right? So right now I can put the circle on top of Severna builds. Probably not the best example. It was kind of engraved so you can see a little better. Let's just use another color for Severna builds. Green, engrave. And now you see Severna builds is on top. If I want to send Severna builds back, I just come here, arrange, send it backwards behind the circle now. So objects, again, none of this stuff will show up if you don't have anything selected. So you got to have something selected for some of these menus to show up. So object group, offset, view, help. Okay, so it sends you to the support page. In the help area, you can always type Studio and let's see what happens. So it shows you some of the key features, functionalities, very AI-ish, right? Okay, you have a link here for Studio Overview and the Xtool Studio Creative Space release notes. I think it's the same stuff here. That's the overview. Alrighty, so you're gonna get some of the explanations here, a little more detail, navigations of the menus, good stuff. So that was the main Xtool button here at the top. A lot of this will be repeated throughout the menus. They just put them here in case you don't want to go through the icons and trying to figure out what is what. You can navigate through here. It's just another way of getting around the application. And of course, your settings, like I said earlier. This is your save button. If you hover long enough, you're gonna get this little tooltips that will tell you, hey, listen, this is to upload to my space, right? That's to upload to the cloud. This is to import. And also they show you a little shortcut key, right? So if you do Control I, you will import. If you hold the Control key down and you do I, like I just did, you will get the import to come up. Text, these are for the shapes here, line, rectangle, circle, polygon, star, vectors. And again, you can do all the stuff by holding the letter, right? Rectangle, R, C, circle, and so on and so forth. So you got the templates. Again, quick menu here to go through the templates, some of those boxes, Halloween, Christmas, all that good stuff. You can do a search, great. You can X out of here, so it closes it. You have the elements.
So this is your built-in library for some of these shapes and plants and animals, all sorts of good things. You see this little blue icons there at the top. Put my little heart, and again, I get a different menu if I have a heart here selected than if I get the text selected. The text will give me, similar position, the width, the height, and of course the font and all that stuff. But if you click on the heart, I get similar items here at the top, but now you can also edit. And what this does is basically you can change how pointy the heart is. Oof, yeah, the plumpness, So there you go. I don't know. Looks like an open book now. Tilt, wow, disco. So I don't know why you want to do this to this poor heart, but you can do that if you want to. We click the X here to get out, and my poor heart is like that. I'm going to do Control Z, Control Z, Control Z, Control Z, and we bring it back. That's for some of this element. So some of this element you'll be able to modify like that. I believe this guy, you can't edit. You see the edit is not there. You click on the heart, the edit is there. So some of them, they allow you to make radical changes to them. Some of them, not really. Let's see what else we got. Let's see the plants. Oh boy, you can go really all out here with the plants. I'm going to have to open XCS and see if perhaps they loaded Studio with more options for you. What is great is that it's all here. So instead of having to go buy something out in Etsy, you can do your search here first and see what you find. So the animals are always cool, and black and white mandalas. This is really neat. The image is larger than the canvas. Scale it down. Yes, bring it down. Whoa. Oh, this is great. It's already made for you guys. Wow. What else we got? 3D embossment. No kidding. So you can do 3D like engravings? Wow. So I guess you could try 3D engraving. I have never tried it myself. I'd be curious. You see, you got this little AI chat to edit it. We're going to get an AI here soon enough too. I think that deserves its own video for sure. Can I edit it? Right, so I can crop the image, do some other adjustments. I can trace it if I want to. I can enhance it and completely restyle it. Now, if you can see down here at the bottom, that's another thing that's going to kind of become more and more popular as we progress through the different menus. You'll see the credits here. So by default, because we register, we get 200 of these credits. Each time we do something with this, guys, we will use a credit. So use it wisely. Okay, so we can adjust. What else can we do? Okay. So this menu used to be here in the top. So if I was using this image, let's say for canvas engraving, I will come here and invert it here and play with the grayscale here. Okay, see, I used to just do a little bit of this, a little bit of that when it comes to my canvas engravings. If you haven't seen those videos, check them out. They are very popular right now. A lot of people are actually working through making their first couple of engravings on canvas, which is amazing. Many of you reach out, ask me questions, show me your stuff, which is great. If you want to do the same, take a look at my videos, see what you learn from that. And if you have any questions, find me on Facebook. I'm always there answering questions. So drop me a line, follow my page, follow my personal profile, whatever you want to do. Stay in touch. Alrighty, so this is really neat. So auto adjust here. What happens there? Okay, I didn't notice the difference, but anyway. So, right. So let me get out of here. I click either X or I just go back here in the arrow. And I don't think I had to use any credits for that. So that's alrighty. Good. I didn't use any credits. Okay. So that's the 3D embossment. Let me just get rid of a few things here so we can see a little better. So music player, design elements. See, I'm afraid to click on one too many things because I don't know if these credits are going to start coming up, but okay, seems like not. Scale down. Alrighty, so this is if you want to engrave some music player buttons. Okay, fishes. So you see there's this yellow little button. So that's got some sort of restriction when it comes to license. So something to look into if you are interested in using some of this item. So that little fish doesn't have that icon. So you got to hover on top and you'll see they do. You will click, it shows up. Can I edit it? And again, I want to edit. And of course, it will show there some of those credits that I have to use. 6 credits. It's not bad. I'm just curious as to buy credits. There you go. Apply AI filters to enhance your image style. So 1,000 credits, $10. 2,000 credits is $20. Not bad. If you're gonna use that, not bad. Interesting approach to software. Alrighty, so we go back, we click on this image to get out. All right, so they got a lot of stuff. So you can spend hours hanging out here. April Fools, life's good. Also, again, one of those, you got to be careful. You might be buying something here soon enough. All right, so that's enough of the elements. Let's see what we got here in the applications. Oh boy. Okay, so you got a lot of stuff here. So the grid array, to create an array, we've used that before, right? So you have one little box, and instead of copy pasting and trying to align it yourself, it will do it for you. The same thing with the circular array. Material test, this is what I use the most. So let me see if I can get around this new menu and figure out how to build my material test. So often I use a star as my material test go-to object. So there's my star. I hold down the shift to keep it symmetrical, right? So where's the menu? There's the menu up in the top. I normally do them at 6 millimeters. We're gonna keep the ratio there locked. We're gonna get a little closer. So that's my star. I engrave, select engrave to make sure I build my material test correctly. I go to the applications, I go to material test array, myself, get rid of me here for a little bit. So the material test array looks about the same, except they have this little material type now. I normally use plywood. So wood, okay, some sort of mystery wood, stone, okay, interesting. So user defined, this is my own user defined, but what if I want, to use their wood setup as my starting point? I guess I could. Can I still change it to my liking? Yes, I can change it to my liking. I guess this would be a good reference point to kind of base off your first couple of material tests and without reinventing the wheel. So it's already set up for you. Yeah, for the most part, I think you're gonna hit the sweet spot. How does it know what machine? I know it knows what machine I have. Therefore, I'm hopeful that it makes those updates to these numbers as it recommends it to you based on the machine that you're using. And as you can see, it built my array. Back out a little bit, right? So that's a little better. So, okay, let me just get rid of it. Let's go back to the applications menu. Code generation, that's pretty cool. You can create your QR code or barcodes for your website, for example. I show you in one of my previous videos about XCS, how to make this code generation. So let's just click on it. www.savernaliving.com. Visit and visit often. I usually keep the defaults here, so save, and there it is. So if you are playing at home, you can take your phone, take a picture of it, and it will take you to my website, savernaliving.com. All right, so that is pretty cool. Let's see, we're gonna get rid of it. Actually, let's just keep it to the side here. No pressure. If you're finding this walkthrough useful, subscribing lets you find your way back here faster next time. I'm planning shorter videos that focus on each of these features, so if you want to see those when they drop, make sure you're subscribed. What else we got in the application? Smart nesting. This is new. I just happen to have this piece of plywood. This is 20 by 20, right? Let's just use it as an example. Let me create a little rectangle here. So again, the menu is up in the top. So we're going to unlock the aspect ratio. So we're going to do 20 by 20. So smart nesting, what it will allow me to do, let's say I want to print, let's look for a shape, the Xtool logo. I'm a big fan. Get a little bigger. This is just testing, right? We're just kind of checking this out. So Control V to assume that I can just click on it like that. Go to apps. So let's check out the smart nesting. Just center a little better there for you guys. To select the smart nesting. Okay. I don't think I need my little box here. Click on smart nesting. 200 by 200. We're just gonna click on start nesting. Some elements could not be nested in place. Let me get rid of this. Alrighty, so that's the best it could do. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is pretty good because if you want to make sure that you utilize your material in the best way possible. So that was smart nesting. Batch fail, again, you got a bunch of little keychains there. This is a pretty smart way of kind of doing a lot of this repeated products all at once, right? So measurement, Again, assuming it's the same as before, you have two rectangles, align them up, but I need to make sure that they're a little closer together. Click on measuring distance. So I know now that they are 6313. Good info. Escape to get out. Clean up here. Earrings generator. Let's see. Can I do stuff for free? Oh, these are pretty cool. Okay. Let's take a look at some of these ones. I've done this ones similar to this ones before. Design preview, explode view. Okay. Import canvas. Can I edit what? Oh, I can change the style from here. Pretty neat. I can change the size. So 6.8 millimeter, the size of the hole. Thickness 1.5 for the plywood that you're probably going to be using. Alrighty. Smart template explode on the image, release compound. So I can make further edits here if I wanted to. How big is this? 45 millimeters high. It's a pretty good size earring. The fashions. So this one, you can only change the style here. But I noticed this guy, okay, or was it this one? This one. Frame can be different. You can change it to your liking. You don't like that ghost, you can go with the other guy. Yeah, okay, so this guy's, they are layers. Not a whole lot I can do here. I click on edit. I can just change the frame. I can change the little ghost design. I can change the parameters by selecting them. But if, say, for some reason, I just want to do something different to this ghost, I explode it. Click on explode. It's now explode. Still together. I can release the compound vector and I can put that mouth a little bit lower. And then I can bring it back together to a compound. Okay, neat. Alrighty, let's just kind of see what else we got. Keychain generator. Oh, this is fun. Kind of same idea, I'm going to assume. Oh, this is cool. Home sweet home. All right. Okay. I think these are pretty cool. Style. S. Oh, is it going to fit? Yeah, barely. Text. Telephone number. Is that what they did? Hanging hole. No. Yes. The font. Lobster regular. Spacing. Font text 2. Advent Pro. All right. Cool. That's the way it's going to look. Import it. Same story. I can edit it. Change the parameters. Explode it to really go to town on the editing, right? Just do one line. I'm demoting myself. So there you go. Cool. And of course, before I did any of that, let me just go back. Keychain to canvas. If you want to change the parameters, all you got to do is click on the edit. And now you're going to be able to highlight, or rather, now you're going to be able to change your power settings, your speed, and all that good stuff depending on your material. I could see myself using some of this stuff. Easy peasy. What else we got? Box generator. So, no kidding. You gotta pay, do something extra here. Oh, this is neat. You know how many hours I spent trying to learn how to make this stuff? And now you're telling me I can just come here, do a couple of clicks, change the width, the depth, the height, your material thickness, right? Your plywood. This plywood is 3.2 millimeters, right? So I will just go change that to 3.2. You gotta measure it, right? Get yourself a nice little measuring tool just to make sure. Plywood always varies in size. Don't trust plywood. Sorry, plywood. Change the patterns. Wow. You got some more complicated ones here. Yes, sure. Switch. Oh, this would be amazing to make here. Some gifts for your bottle of wine. No way. Now, yes, of course. Yes, of course. I can modify it. How long would it take to create? Import to the canvas. That was it. I mean, I got a decent machine, but it's right. So if I were to try to allocate like this, right now, what is the size of this? So it's 445. Yeah, I suppose. Cool. And then if I wanted to do some modifications, put my logo at the bottom, can I explode it? Of course I can. Branding. Make sure you bring it inside the bed when you're ready to work on things. Really cool. Wow. I like it. What else you got? You know, I keep checking more. Show me more. Map designer. I always wanted to try this. Oh, wait a minute. Try it for free. Okay. Pricing. That's important stuff. So casual makers and hobbyists. You got to pay to play, folks. A price plan for everyone. All plans include unlimited projects, unlimited layers per project, and multiple export formats. So what is the difference between hobby and creator then? Well, other than the price. 216 credits per year. Priority support. What else you want? Wow, this is kind of cool. It'd be nice to try it though. Did I buy it? Oh boy. I know, this is the support, right? The info. This is the info. Okay. Neat. This would be something else. Okay, we'll try it. Right, so we came here to the applications, then we go to the AIMAKE. This is Atom again, heavy on Atom. So describe it and we will design it. Now, a little bit of a catch. So this is their AI, right? This is the AI-driven design area. XCS had the same, right? So you can describe what it is that you're looking for, be very specific or select from here and start working on your creations. I think we can do a whole video on this AIMAKE. If you guys want me to check it out, I'll put in the cash, I'll buy a couple of credits, and we can play with it. Leave me your comments down below. Let me know if you want to see a video. So down here, you can upload images to directly to the prompt so that AI knows, hey, listen, based off of this image, do me something similar. Choose the style. I gotta really commit to spending some cash here. Happy New Year. Aspect ratio for TikTok because I haven't written anything there. So I can commit now to the 6 credits. So here's the prompt area, right? And if you look below, you'll see the credits available. And those credits you can buy and you can check out your balance. But it will also tell you, hey, listen, the generation of these images will cost you 6 credits. Credit rules, join for 500 event credits. Okay, so they got some promotions there that you can check out. Let's just kind of see what happens. You make a logo of a raven with the eyes projecting a laser beam with the letters S and B hanging from its legs. Alrighty, let's just click here. I wasn't very specific. I got another 2,000 characters I supposed to write, but let's just see what we get. 6 credits. Here we go. It's thinking. It's going really fast. To proceed, which style will you prefer? Minimalistic. I mean, you guys are a lot more creative than me. I mean, I'm sure you can take advantage of this tool very nicely. Oh, look at that. All right. And you use 6 credits. Yes. My minimalist logo is ready. The image is larger. Scale it down. Okay, fine. All right. So I can edit it. Edit. I trace it. You know how to trace, right? All right. We're just going to save it like this. That is too funny. Close enough. Serena build. My logo. Premiere right here for you guys. So that was 6 credits. Like I said, you got to be a little more creative than me to get some of this cool effects to take place. But, right, can I save it from here? Yes, I can. Look at that. All right, cool. Made myself a little smaller there so you can see a little better. But yeah, so that's pretty cool. What else? This little guy down below. My space. Again, this is to save all the stuff online. I can upload. I can drag and drop a file. This guy here. Select a file. Okay, got it. So make use of the cloud storage. Just get rid of my logo, space. So let's continue traveling through the menus here. Okay, so this is the select and the hand, right? Select, if you want to select a bunch of things here, right? To move it around, to make it smaller, all that good stuff. Or you go back here to see the little hand. You can move the canvas here, no problem. There's the canvas, right? So you can create multiple canvas to organize your work a little better. So if I want to do one layer of a particular project and I don't want to mix things up too much, I keep it in one canvas and then the rest I work on canvas number 2. I just click another canvas and this would be the way that I keep all my stuff organized. Down below is the layers and inside that rectangle I have my lettering, right? So I engrave. So I engrave, and this guy I cut. I will select red for cutting. I will select blue for engraving, right? And if I want to add some little fancy something or other, I don't know, a little star. I want to just score that one, just a single line, right? Nothing heavy. I switch it to black. And this just helps me kind of keep my head straight as to what each of my objects is doing. Right? So you got a lot of things going on. You get lost pretty quickly. So I do. Anyway, then you can come here and directly from here, make the objects visible, invisible, lock them, meaning this is not going anywhere. This guy, you cannot even change. So that's great when you're doing a lot of edits and modifying things. And by mistake, you don't want to touch anything and change anything. Okay, so that's the layers down at the bottom. Good. Let me unlock it so I can delete it. And I think that's the entire menu, isn't it? So this is the positioning of your laser, right? the red cross positioning of your laser. So if I was connected to the laser, you would see the laser here. Same as in XCS. This is your undo and redo, I guess. This is your magnifying to fit to the screen and so on and so forth. My task list. So if I can undo all the way back. So my task list. This is the framing. Don't forget to frame. All right, so let's go here to the top again. So here's the check for updates, your settings. This little guy is for support. I clicked on it earlier by mistake. Is if you want to report a problem, you gotta let them know about your model, the issue you're experiencing, and AI-driven type of response, and you'll be all set going through the support here. Now, if you need further support, you can click on the support center here, or you can clear whatever it is that you typed. Okay, cool. So it's up there, always ready to help. Okay, let me get out. This is the processing. So this menu used to be on the top. Now here's on the side. Fair enough, no problem. Press on the base plate. That's where most of my work is done, unless I'm doing some sort of engraving of tumblers. That's when I use the rotary attachment. And this is the roller. All of it pretty self-explanatory. I haven't done curved materials yet. Something to try, I guess. I don't have the conveyor feet, and I don't have the screen prepper t-shirts or any other kind of apparel that you want to print. Right. Let me just bring it back to the base plate. These are the same icons that were here at the top. Now they're on the side. If you're using your camera to position your items on the base of your laser, you can use your camera, take a picture, and it will help you line up things a little better. And those of us using the S1, this is an alternative to having a camera built in to that unit. This is for the marking process, right? If I'm marking on this little guy, right? We'll come here and just select the shape to make sure the laser knows where I want to engrave, where I want to cut. And my distance, right? All the same that we are familiar with. This is only the new location for it. So this is the preview. That's where you can actually see a little preview of the placement of your engraving, whatever it is that you're doing. I use it a lot with the tumblers that I use, and then process and planning, all that good stuff. So we got about, I'd say, a good 60% maybe of the same. And the rest is just things that have changed location and a couple of the new stuff with the, say, the earrings, the keychain. They cleaned it up. They made it look a little nicer. I think they've organized things in a certain way to make it easier. They tried to modernize things to make it look a little better. But for the most part, I think it's very, very similar to XCS. You just got to remember those little changes. But for the most part, things seem to be very easy to get used to fairly quickly, I hope. So if you're working through your processes, yeah, it's the same. Engrave, score, cut, they're in the same location. All the stuff is good, the same. Cut, curve offset, lower the focus by 3 by default. I always take the same, so that's the same. User defined, settings, right? The material, so basswood ply. I work with a lot of Baltic birch. So all the wood is in one area, right? So it's got a lot of info here extra info about the material that you're using, precautions, whether you use the air assist or whatever, giving you the millimeters and also the imperial set. Okay, that looks good. So we selected the power and speed based on their recommendation. Cut, that doesn't change things, but you can do your material test from here, I suppose. All right.
And that wraps up the full walkthrough of Xtool Studio. Now you know where everything lives, how to set up your projects, and how the new features come together. There's a bit of a learning curve, for sure. But once you run a few jobs, it starts to feel second nature. If you're still getting used to Studio, check out my previous video, the one that I call the Pain Points video, on the channel. It covers the most common frustrations and how to work around them. Keep creating, keep learning, and remember, you got this. This is Saverna Builds. So long.